Welcome everyone. In the previous videos we were discussing about those different factors which will be affecting the enzyme action. We have discussed about this temperature as well as the pH. So at optimum temperature the enzymatic activity is maximum, and here there are the different pH for different enzymes. Optimum pH is different for different enzymes. Now coming to this third factor which will be affecting the enzymatic activity, and that is the substrate concentration. Substrate concentration. We already know that is the proteins, the enzymes are the proteins, and most of the enzymes are in the tertiary structure, that is most of the enzymes are tertiary proteins. So here this coiling will be seen in the structure, inside the structure coiling will be seen, and that coilings will become the active sites for the enzymes, where in those active sites what happens is, for example, if this is the structure, this is the secondary structure, on the secondary structure further coiling is seen. Okay, so here many sites are there, 1 coil, 2 coil, this 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, many sites will be there inside the enzymes, and in these sites of the enzymes now the substrate will go and fixes, the substrate will go and attaches or fixes itself. So thereby forming the substrate enzyme complex, that is enzyme substrate complex. After the formation of enzyme substrate complex, the product will be removed, and that is the product will be separated from the enzyme. So this is how the basic this is how enzyme and substrate work. So what happens is, for example, if this is the enzyme, this is the enzyme, if it has 500 active sites, if it has 500 active sites. So first what I will do is I will add 100 substrate molecules. What happens? These 100 substrate molecules will go and attaches itself or fixes itself in the active site. Okay. Now I will add 100 more, I will add 100 more. So then they go and fill the remaining sites, then I will add. So how many are occupied, how many sites are occupied? 200 sites are already occupied. How many empty sites were there? 500. Out of 500, 200 has been occupied. Okay. Now I will add 100 more. So how many active sites will be occupied? 300 occupied sites will be occupied. Now I will add 100 more. So it will change to, that is 400 active sites will be occupied. Now if I add 100 more, so 500 active sites will be occupied. Now if I add 100 more, so what will happen? This will change into product, all this will change into product. So with the increase in the substrate, the product will also be increasing. With the increase in the substrate, the product will also be increasing. But after 500, if I add further more substrate molecules, what will happen to the product? Will it increases? Will it decreases? What will happen to the product? Now even if I add 100 more to it, there the product will not be increased, the productivity will not be increased, because there were only 500 sites in the enzyme. There were only 500 sites in the enzyme, active sites. Now how many substrate is there? 600 substrate is there. So now active sites have been already filled. So now where will this 100 substrate go? No, it has to wait till it gets these sites empty. Then only it can go and fix. Even if I add instead of 600, 700, 800 also, what will happen? Product will not be increased. The product will not be increased. Here the product increased, here the product increased, here the product increased, here the product increased. But after 500, the product will not increase, the product will become stable. It can only make 500. Even if I add 600 or 700 substrate molecules, the product form will be only 500. After filling up of the 500 sites, the product will become stable. The product will become stable. It won't show any increase. It won't show any increase. Why? Because active sites are not present. So whatever active sites are there have been already occupied. So once those active sites are emptied after the formation of the product, once the active sites are empty, then again they will go and fix it. Okay, now till this 500, now these are doing the, these are occupied. So now till this time they have made the product. Now this sites will become empty. The 600 will go here, but the product will be only 500 because this one, the product will be stable. The product will be stable. So here if we plot this in the form of a graph, at one side I have taken the substrate concentration and at the other side I have taken the enzyme action. So what happens with the increase? If this is the substrate concentration, with the increase in the substrate concentration, what is happening? The productivity is also increasing. But at this point, how many active sites were there? 6, that is 100, 200, 300, 400 active sites were present. So at 400 active site, now here what we see is the productivity is maximum. Now if after 400, that is enzyme action, here it is active sites 100, 200 active sites, 300 active sites. At 400 active site, the activity is maximum. Now all the active sites have been filled. All the active sites have been filled. Now if I add furthermore 500, 600, so what will happen? No, the productivity will not be increased. The productivity will become stable. The productivity will become stable. So here all active sites are filled or occupied. Now afterwards, even when all the active sites are filled, if I send furthermore substrate molecules, also the productivity will not be increased. The productivity will not be increased. The productivity will be the stable. So if there is with the if the concentration, so how is this one? With the increase in the concentration, there will be with the increase in the concentration of the substrate, there will be increase in the productivity. But after a certain time, the productivity will become stable. The productivity will become stable even with the increase in the substrate. So this is how this shows. So now this can also be shown in the by taking Michaelis constant. It can also be shown by taking this Michaelis constant. So here another graph, same thing, another graph will be plotting. At one side we are taking the substrate concentration and at other side here is the enzyme action. Here is the enzyme action. Now what is the velocity? What is the rate at which the enzyme action is taking place? Okay. So now first with the increase in concentration, the productivity is increasing. The productivity is increasing. So when it reached here, it reached maximum. Here it reached maximum. At what? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. At 600 it reached the maximum productivity. Afterwards, even if you add it, there won't be any further increase. The productivity will be the stable. Okay. So now this is the maximum velocity, that is maximum enzyme action. This is the velocity. We can even instead of enzyme action we can also write velocity. Velocity, that is enzyme action is nothing but the speed at which the action is being taken place. So that is the velocity. So here at this one, at this concentration, at this amount concentration of substrate, the enzymatic activity is maximum. Now here all the empty sites are filled. So this is your Vmax. This is your Vmax. Okay. Now in Michaelis constant. So if this is the maximum, now how much will be how much will be this enzymatic action if it is at half? Here it is 6 now. Here it is at 6.6, 600. Now if I take it at half of this maximum, how much it will show? So half of this maximum is if this is 600, if I take it at 300, if I take it at 300, see here 300 substrate molecule, this is your half velocity. This is your half velocity. This is the maximum velocity at 600. If we take the half of the substrate molecules, so here we get this one half of this velocity. So this is called as Michaelis constant. This is called as Michaelis constant, which can be represented as Km. Okay, half Michaelis constant is nothing but half of the substrate, at which the maximum enzyme action is taking place. So here, if this is here, if the maximum enzyme action is taking place here at this one, if this is the velocity, half of which is at this one. So this half velocity is called as the Michaelis constant. So if this is for enzyme A, suppose if we take another enzyme, enzyme. Now this is enzyme A, this is enzyme B. So now where it is showing the maximum productivity? Where it is showing? At this point. At this point it is showing the maximum productivity. So that is 550 you take. You take this as in between 500 and 600 it is showing. So you take it as 550. 550 half we get this 275. So somewhere here, around here you get this 275 means somewhere no. Wait, we'll take this. If I take this one, this like this, let us see this, let us make it easy here. So here, if this enzyme action is maximum at your 350, if the enzyme action is maximum at your 350, then here is 175. At 175 will be your second half. 175 will be your half. That is Michaelis constant for this is this one, half velocity. This is the full velocity. This is 175 now. From here, this is your half velocity. Here what I wanted to say is, here this is the same graph. This is the same graph with the increase in the substrate concentration. When it reaches this maximum point, afterwards that is even if we add the substrate, the productivity will not be increased. The same thing is here with the increase in the substrate. After it reaches a certain point, it will become stable. So it will become stable. So at maximum point, but if we take the half of that maximum point, then it is called as Michaelis constant. The half of the maximum peak point is the Michaelis constant. Okay, so this is the Michaelis constant for enzyme A. Okay, this one is the maximum activity and this is the Michaelis constant for your A, enzyme A. Now here we have taken another enzyme. This is the highest peak. This is the highest peak of the second enzyme, and this is the Michaelis constant, half of this second enzyme. Of the second enzyme. But if you compare these two enzymes, see here, this is the maximum point of enzyme 1 and this is the Michaelis constant for enzyme 1. Now this is the maximum point for enzyme 2 and this is the Michaelis constant, half of this maximum for the enzyme 2. So half of it is called as the, where we get the half point, half 1. So this is the Michaelis constant. So here when I compare this Michaelis constant of these two enzymes, so what happens is, whose Michaelis constant is more? The Michaelis constant of where, that is enzyme A is more. Michaelis constant of enzyme A is more and Michaelis constant of enzyme B is less. But here lesser the Michaelis, lower the Michaelis concentration, higher is the affinity of the enzyme substrate, because higher affinity means more the substrate. So the substrate will be filling the active site soon. The substrates are here, the substrates are filling the active sites soon. Here the substrates are filling at 600, here the substrates are filling at 300 only. So here, so the active sites are filled earlier in the enzyme B and active sites are filled a little later in the enzyme A. So now who fills the substrate? Who fills the enzyme? That is, where this enzyme and substrate fixes earlier. So that is your, that shows that the enzyme has higher affinity towards the substrate. Higher the Michaelis constant, this is having higher Michaelis constant, but the substrate affinity, the enzyme substrate affinity is less. Why? Because it is taking more time. It is taking more time and it is taking more substrates, so to fill this active sites. But here the Michaelis constant of the enzyme B is, enzyme A is more, but Michaelis constant of enzyme B is less. Michaelis constant of enzyme B is less, the highest point, but this half is even less. So within this 300 range, the substrate and enzyme are fixed together, but in the enzyme A it is taking 600. So which enzyme, who is having more affinity towards this one? Which enzyme is having more affinity towards the substrate? Enzyme B is having more affinity towards the substrate, because enzyme B is filling the active sites, sooner when compared to the enzyme A. So that is how, we said the lower the Km concentration, that is Michaelis concentration, higher is the affinity of the enzyme substrate. So with this we have finished the factors affecting the enzyme action. There are 3 factors which affects the enzyme action. The first is the temperature. Higher, that is the maximum enzyme action is at the optimum temperature. With the increase in the temperature, the productivity decreases. With the increase in the temperature, productivity decreases. Okay, and with the decrease in the temperature also, the productivity decreases. The productivity is maximum at the optimum temperature. With the pH, different enzymes have different pH. Okay, all enzymes are not having the same pH. Different enzymes will be having different pH. So optimum pH, after this, beyond this optimum pH and below the optimum pH, the enzymes will not be, that is below the optimum pH and above the optimum pH, the enzymatic activity will be less. At optimum pH, the enzyme activity will be more. And here in the substrate concentration, here the substrate, with the increase in the substrate, the productivity will be increased, but after a certain period when the active sites are filled, the substrate will be, the productivity will be stable. So these are the 3 factors which were affecting the rate of, that is enzyme action. In the next video we will take up the inhibitors, enzyme inhibitors, which will be your last topic for this lesson.